Okay, I didn't want to make this video so shortly after the last one talking about the Bazaar monetization, but it really is a hot topic right now, and my last video was basically just explaining how the system worked, and I had some thoughts about it. Since then, I've done a lot more thinking, and I've had more time to actually realize how the systems work, and I wanted to do another video kind of explaining my thoughts about it and where we might be going from here in order to maybe get the community back on track in terms of hopefully not hating the game too much. So I want to go over how the systems work so we can make sure that we are all on the same page while we're criticizing it, because I'm seeing a lot of either misconceptions or downright misinformation about the system. And I want to make sure that everyone's on the same page for how these systems are working so we can be giving informed feedback to Tempo Storm and not just raging at them. That may sound like I'm being overly generous to Tempo Storm with this system, and especially to Reynad, who I think has acted fairly immaturely with his response to all of this criticism. But I want to make sure that I am coming at this from a very, if not unbiased, at least fair take. So the criticism can't just be rejected immediately for being rage bait or anger or trying to bait people into watching a video or something like that. So let's talk about the system first to get the details right, and then we can talk about why I think it is poorly implemented and how it could be improved to be better for everyone, both Tempo Storm and the players. So just to give you a little bit of background, I'm not a super high-skilled player. This number keeps changing, by the way. Earlier it was 300. I'm not 100% sure why it keeps changing. Oh, okay, that was because I selected Pygmalion. So I've played around 400 games of the Bazaar in the closed beta. So I've had about 300 hours in the game logged, 300 chests. I am not a top tier player. I don't play ranked super often. I play it as much as I can with the free tickets I'm provided and with the ones I earn. But I am not one of those high super grinder players that is just playing the game 24/7 like Kripp and Reynad or other high ranked players. So I feel like I can give a good perspective from somebody who plays the game a lot, but doesn't grind so much that it's basically their job. I'm probably playing a lot more than the average player, maybe the casual player, but I think I can represent the viewpoint of the engaged but not dedicated gamer. I want to disclose that I did purchase both the prize pass and the subscription, mostly just to see how they work and the system so I can fairly give it a review. But I have not purchased any levels on the prize pass like I think some other reviewers have done. So first of all, we're going to go over how we earn levels on the prize pass. If you already know all this, feel free to skip to the next section of the video. I'll try to label it. They've added this system called challenges, and you see these in a lot of games like Hearthstone or pretty much any live service game. These are little things that you can do every day and every week to earn XP to progress that battle pass. The way that the battle pass works in the Bazaar is that this is the only way to progress this. You will not really get any meaningful XP from just playing the game. You will only get meaningful XP from these challenges. I think somebody told me that you get 1 XP per win playing the game. And as you can see, the challenges give substantially more than that. So first knock on the battle pass system, I would say, is there should be a meaningful way to progress it without these challenges. Because what these do is they heavily time gate you from progressing the battle pass without, like, I won't be able to get meaningful levels on the battle pass until these challenges reset. So instead of being able to make progress on it if I want to, I have to wait until the game lets me make progress. So that's my first criticism. The battle pass works by the top tier up here, like on the ticket itself, is what you can get for free. And then the bottom tier is what you get for paying for the battle pass. I believe you can get around 45 free tickets a month if you complete the battle pass. That is a fairly good amount of tickets, I would say. Previously, the system worked that you only get 1 ticket from getting 10 wins in a casual game, or you get 1 free daily ticket for ranked. And the daily tickets would not stack up. It would just be you get a 1 free pass every day. the way that the new system works is you just get these ranked tickets from the battle pass. There are no other ways to earn ranked tickets in the game for a free-to-play or casual game. I want to give Tempo Storm credits. This new system is far more generous to the casual player, to the average player who is not achieving 10 wins in casual mode very often. You will likely be earning way more tickets from the free battle pass than you were from playing previously. That being said, the previous system was so incredibly stingy that any improvement over it does not necessarily mean that's a good improvement. I think that removing both the free daily ranked ticket that you get and the ticket you get after 10 wins in ranked, 10 wins in a normal mode, really deflated a lot of the players who were coming into the game. Like, imagine you're a new player, you're finally learning the game, you finally get 10 wins in casual, and you basically get nothing for it because you've already beaten all your challenges, and there's no reward for really getting 10 wins in normal. So I would have liked to see some form of rewards for playing normal. I understand why they didn't do it. They didn't want to incentivize really hardcore players grinding normals and earning rewards, but maybe there should have been something a little bit more than just nothing. We've talked about the prize pass. We've talked about the tickets you get from it. I think that for the vast amount of players, you are going to be earning more tickets from this, which means you have more of a chance to earn gems, and gems are the important thing. So now we've gone over the prize pass. We need to discuss really the big reason why everyone is upset, the item packs. So the item packs are the big controversy with what's going on. I'll show them right here. So these are the item packs. They are 10 new items for a hero, and they are only available for the season to people who pay for the premium version. And right now, the premium version of the battle pass is $10. So as a free-to-play player or as a casual player, you will not be able to use any of these items for at least 1 month. After 1 month, you will be able to purchase an item pack for 999 gems, which is a fairly substantial amount of gems. That, to give context, a perfect 10-win game in ranked will give you, I don't know what the average is. The minimum is 35 gems per chest. You can get more than that. It's fairly rare. I'll say you probably get an average of maybe 120 to 130 gems for every 10-win ranked game you get. You may get less than 10 wins. You often will, especially if you're a newer player. So 999 gems is a pretty substantial amount of gems for the casual and less engaged player. That is a lot of ranked games you have to win and get lucky with chests. So not only is this not available to a free-to-play player until the battle pass rotates, which is every month, you will not be able to purchase this without spending a substantial amount of your gems. As you saw, I've played almost 400 games of the Bazaar. I have earned around 10,000 gems. So I would be able to buy 10 item packs. But I have played a lot of the Bazaar. I played a lot earlier when it was a lot easier to win. And I've saved most of my gems because I basically never spent gems on buying ranked tickets. So this is not a reasonable number, I think, for most people to achieve. Even if it was a reasonable number for most people to achieve, the big issue is gatekeeping these special items behind that $10 paywall for a minimum of 1 month. So some of these items are really good. The Vanessa pack, I wouldn't say is like egregiously overpowered. There are some items that can be really good. They synergize really well with Aquatic. That's not really the point. I think pay to win sort of gives people the wrong impression. These items could be overpowered. They could be perfectly balanced. They could be even underpowered. And that wouldn't really be the issue. We're seeing a lot of problems with people just not being able to try out these new items. And if you see something like an Aquatic Vanessa and you're a new player, they're running this cool new build. They have Slumbering Primordial. They have Diving Helmet, blah, 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 blah. You don't have a chance to play that build for a significant period of time. And that has really never been the case in the auto battler genre, at least as far as I know. I'm not really familiar with games like Super Auto Pets or Backpack Battles, but I have played a significant amount of TFT, I've played a significant amount of Hearthstone Battlegrounds. I played a significant amount of the OG auto chess. So I'm not extremely well versed in auto battlers, but I do have some background and experience. And I have played a lot of the Bazaar. So seeing somebody have access to items that you don't have access to, you won't be able to have access to for an entire month. And then even after that, you may not have access to because you don't have enough gems because you're not good enough at the game to earn those gems. That's really frustrating. And I think that's a really bad experience for everyone involved. Again, it's not necessarily that these items are so overpowered. I've seen some takes on the official Discord and on the Reddit where people are saying like, oh, I beat people playing these items the other day. You just have to get good. Sure. I think you can still easily win in the Bazaar with the base items. The base items in the game can be really good. I think it's just very frustrating to have such cool new items gated behind a paywall. I think that is really taking away from the mission statement of the game, which is that you can achieve victory with the same base that everyone else has. There's no even playing field anymore. If I have Mysteries of the Deep and somebody else doesn't, I have more options to make Aquatic Vanessa work than the other person. Another thing I wanted to just point out real quickly, I'm not actually sure how to do this, but it has been confirmed that you can disable these item packs if you don't want to use them. I actually don't know exactly how to do that, but the devs say that it's possible, so assumingly it's possible. So some of the arguments I was seeing was that like, oh, you could, if you purchase the item packs, you're diluting your item pool, so you're less likely to get items that you want for your build. So that is like the trade-off for the pay to win. One, supposedly that's not how that works. I really don't know exactly how to disable them, but apparently you can. And two, that's not really the point, because even if they did put you at a disadvantage by diluting your item pool, it's really weird to be going into a game like the Bazaar and your item pools are immediately different from every other player playing. You have access to more options, you have access to less options. That just doesn't feel like the right experience for me, and I think a lot of people share that point of view as well. So I want to just explain why the item packs are problematic, why gatekeeping them behind a $10 paywall or even maybe the 1,000 gem paywall could be frustrating to a lot of players, and maybe that's why your community is saying such hateful and mean things to you, Reynad. I have some more notes here. Let me look over them. So the biggest issue that I see with the item packs, other than the fact that they could be pay to win, and this is really frustrating as somebody who plays Pig a lot, so this is personally affecting me. One of the incentives they have, which seems very... Sorry, that was a loud sound. Seems very not great. It seems like it's incentivizing you to really spend money or gems or something, is you get one item pack at the very beginning of the prize pass. So, hey, if you bought the prize pass, good for you. You get one item pack. It's the Vanessa item pack. But I don't play a lot of Vanessa. I like Vanessa, but she's not my favorite hero. My favorite hero is Pygmalion. And Pygmalion also got an item pack from this prize pass, but where is it? Where is it? Is it here? No, it's not here. Nope, still not here. Oh, it's at the very end of the prize pass. And because of how challenges work, we've explained that, I can't get to the end of the prize pass for a long time. I have the subscription. I have the premium pass. I'm getting double the XP of other players. I'm only at level 10, and I've played a lot of games in the last day or so. So this is going to take me at least a week, if not longer, because of how long it takes challenges to reset, to get all the way up here to get my cool new pig items. Like, look at all these cool items. You get really neat ones. This one seems really ridiculously OP. I can't get this unless... Oh, wait, what's this button? I can skip all the tiers from the prize pass for just a measly 5,600 gems. That is the biggest problem, I think, with even the premium version of the prize pass. a large creator, the largest creator for the Bazaar, Kripp, when he did his review, which kind of inspired me to make this video because I was a little upset with his opinions. He was just like, oh yeah, I play a lot of the game. I just spent to get this. Like, I have 1 billion gems. So I get to have the new items now. He kind of just glossed over that. I think this is a really big deal because even if you did pay $10, you don't get to play with the cool new items until you progress the pass, which is going to be at least a week, if not longer, for me. So I will have to pay, even though I did pay money, which is the incentive, I would have to pay even more money, assuming I didn't have gems already. This is $56 worth of gems. $56 US worth of gems. And I'm at the middle of the pass already. If I was at the start of the pass, I don't even know how much it would cost. Probably $100 north. So you, as a whale, you could get access to these new items day one for $110 that nobody else would have access to unless they paid a lot of money or they spent a large portion of their gems. So that is the most egregious feature of the premium pass, in my opinion, because $10 is a lot of money for some people. It's not a lot of money for me. I am in the privileged position of having a decent job. I can pay $10 if I wanted to, but I don't think that's really fair for the people who can't pay $10, who don't want to pay $10, who don't have access to the premium bundles because they live in a country that you can't purchase it in, which I'm seeing some people say the payment system that the Bazaar uses is really, really, really bad and doesn't support some countries. So this is all that to say is that this is pretty ridiculous that not only do the free-to-play players not have access to these items, even the people who pay don't have access to these items for potentially weeks on end unless they wanted to pay hundreds of dollars or spend all of their gems. That is insane to me. And it is intentionally set up this way. Like, you would not put both of the item packs on either end if you didn't want people to purchase gems to skip the tiers. And arguably, this is just, could be a coincidence, could be totally innocent, but arguably these items that Pig gets access to are so much better than the Aquatic Vanessa items. This is like a good set. Don't get me wrong. These are some fun, cool items. But a lot of these seem fairly balanced. And some of these that Pigs gets access to seem insanely OP. Like this one right here is ridiculous in my opinion. If you get any free synergy at all, this item it just becomes insane. And there's a lot of other really good ones in this kit as well. I think there's one that you like gain value. Yeah, this one right here. This one, or sorry, this one? It's one of these right here. VIP pass. When you use an adjacent property, it just gives it value for the rest of the game. So you can put this next to like a fixer-upper or something else and just start pumping value into it for the rest of the game. So this is a really, really, really good item, and nobody in the game has access to it unless they've spent a substantial portion of money and or gems. So I just wanted to really go into depth of why that system is scummy and why people are upset about it, and why even the people who paid for the pass, like myself, would be upset about it as well. So that really goes into depth on why the systems are a little unfair for free-to-play players in terms of just the rewards you get, and why they're deeply unfair to free-to-play players for the item packs. So let's go over what I think the Bazaar and Tempo Storm can maybe do to, I don't want to say make this right because that sounds condescending. Obviously, they have to make money. It's a company. Apparently, they spent a lot of money making this game. So I don't want to be one of those people who's like, everything needs to be free. You only need to be able to earn cosmetics and stuff. I don't know how realistic that is. Cosmetics should be the way that most games are monetized, in my opinion, if it's possible. So if that is a possible solution for Tempo Storm, please do it. If you can't do that, if it's literally business, like on a business perspective, impossible to survive from only cosmetic purchases, you need to make the item packs purchasable with gems, preferably way less gems, but with gems, day one. They cannot be gatekept for a full month behind the $10 purchase. And secondly, don't hide potentially the best items in the entire prize pass. Don't hide them at the end. Unless you have a way to get to the end of the prize pass by playing the game and not paying a substantial amount of money, you can't have those be at the end. That is very, 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 it's a dark pattern. It's a perverse incentive for you to spend your money and or gems to get to there. Because if I was in the game right now and I was playing Pig and I saw a pig on the other side that had all these cool items that I can't play, that would really turn me off, and I would probably just stop playing the game if I was a new player. So realistically, you're seeing a lot of bad press from Redditors. You're seeing a lot of bad press in YouTube comments about this system. And this is addressed to Reynad. You're discounting it immediately. You're saying things like, oh, Redditors are always wrong, or Redditors are always going to hate monetization systems because that's just how they are. There's probably a nugget of truth to that. Redditors often get mad about a lot of things. But dismissing everybody's complaints everywhere and going on to ridiculous rants, banning people for complaining about the system, banning them from the Discord, removing them from the subreddit, for making valid complaints about this system is insane. You have a PR team, you have a community team. I think they're good. Everything I've seen from them so far has been okay. Please use them. Please don't just rant in the Discord at random players and ban them because they are getting mad at you. It's not going to make anything better. I don't want to go into like personal insults against you because I think that defeats the purpose, but it's very childish and it's not going to be helping it's not going to be helping anything. You're not going to win any friends. Even the people who are defending the system, who like the system, if you exist, you can't look at the way Reynad's been acting and be happy about that. And I'm sure the people who work for the company are mortified. Like, even if you're a diehard Reynad stan at Tempo Storm, you can't be happy with how he's addressing the community and how he's acting. That is just, it's ridiculous. It's unprofessional is the word is too small. That is not a good enough, strong enough word for how ridiculous you have been acting. So please just, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all, please. It's your game. You're going to run it however you want. I think it's a great game. I have a lot of fun with it. I've been playing it so much. Please don't ruin it for us by being a huge dick. It is really just frustrating as a small content creator, as somebody who just plays this game for fun. I don't make money playing this game. I don't make money making videos for it. I make it for the love of the game. And I've made dozens of videos because I really like this game and I have a lot of fun and I want to share it with people and have their experience, give them the chance to have this experience as well. I've had dozens of people come into my Twitch chat, into my YouTube comments and say, hey, I'm super excited about the Bazaar. When's it going open beta? I can't wait to play. I can't afford $30 right now. When is it going open beta? Months and months and months of that. Finally, when open beta went off and it was announced, I got so excited because I'm like, hey, finally I'll be able to share this with people and say like, hey, you can play now. It's free. It's fun. You get to play with everything. It's going to be something that you'll enjoy as much as I've enjoyed. And the day before open beta, when everyone's hopes were the highest, they just got crashed down. It was really deflating. I was really demoralized. I had all these cool videos planned. I was very excited to make new content. I was going to make a new player's guide, be like, hey, this is going to be the best way to play the Bazaar. This is what you should do as a new player. Don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. Stupid mistakes. Learn from the mistakes I made, blah, 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 blah. I don't really want to make videos like that anymore. I don't even know if I want to make videos in general for the Bazaar anymore because people are so intensely turned off by your antics as a company. And it's not just the system itself, even though the system is the core root of the issue. It's how you've responded to player feedback about the system. There's no, hey, we're listening. we're thinking about changing this. We want to have a system that works for everybody. There's insults against your player base. There's insults against the people criticizing it. There's total, complete disregard for any chance that this is going to change. I've seen no communication from developers in any channel that I've been having access to where they say like, hey, we're evaluating player feedback. We're open to changing the system. There's nothing. It's just, this is the system. This is what it's going to be. We don't care if it doesn't work for you. You're being unreasonable. We have to make money. And I think that is completely egregious. Even if it is true, if there is no other way to make your company profitable than by selling these item packs for what I would consider to be an maybe not egregious, but high price, $20 a month for both the prize pass and the subscription, you need to be open about that. You need to basically just say like, hey, we understand that it's frustrating. This is the only system that is going to maintain us from a business perspective. There's no other way to do this. And we've tried it. We've wanted to do it. It's just not possible. Just completely disregarding everyone's feedback and just saying, this is how it's going to be. Fuck you. That's not going to win you any favors. It's not going to make me, the content creator, not that I'm anyone you have to impress or anything. I'm just a normal guy. But it's not going to make me want to spread your game. And you're not advertising this game. You entirely rely on word of mouth to have new people play. And you've had excellent word of mouth up until this point. Huge creators like Kripp and Reynad, Northern Lion, Rarin, Retromation. They've loved the Bazaar. They've made videos about it. They've made dozens and dozens of videos about it. Basically free advertising for months and months and months and months. Until all of a sudden open beta launches and you've basically just shit in their fucking mouth. I didn't really mean to go so vulgar there, but it's really how I feel. It's almost like a rug pull for the creators because they've spent so much time building up so much goodwill and a viewer base in this game. And then now they may not even want to support the system. And even if they do want to support the system, they feel like they can't because the player perception is so negative. And honestly, you may be sitting in your office or your cabin in the woods, wherever you live, and thinking like, oh, this is going to blow over in a few weeks, blah, 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 blah. That's probably true. It will probably blow over, but there is now a permanent negative scar on the reputation of your game, and probably a substantial amount of the player base has either stopped playing or reduced their playtime, or at the very least have a vastly reduced opinion on your company and your game because of this problem. And maybe that's something you're okay with. Maybe you're just discounting them because they're stupid, whiny Redditors. But this kind of word of mouth spreads. You had excellent word of mouth for 3 months. That's why so many people have been excited about the game. What's going to happen when you have negative word of mouth for maybe the rest of the game's life? I still see people talking poorly about practices that have happened in other games decades later. Like one of the arguments I saw on Reddit against the Bazaar was talking about how League of Legends used to be pay to win because you could purchase runes in the game. And the person who was making this argument said that they hadn't played the League of Legends for over 10 years. That system in League, which was never really pay to win, he kind of just misunderstood how it worked. That system died over a decade ago, and that person still has a negative opinion about League of Legends because of that system. If your game somehow manages to last 10 years, you're going to have people like that who are like, hey, I haven't played the Bazaar for 10 years. I still remember when they ruined the open beta because they got greedy. That is just something that is going to be on people's minds forever. And that's the legacy that your game is going to carry if somehow it does last that long, which I don't have any confidence in with the way that I think that you're running this company. All right. That last however long it was, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, was basically just an unstructured rant. I apologize. It wasn't very professional. And it really wasn't what I was trying to get into when I made this video, but I was just really frustrated with how I saw this problem being portrayed by maybe other YouTubers or maybe Reddit. I think Reddit, to give Reynad the least bit of credit and leeway, Reddit has been misconstruing certain aspects of the issue via either if they're misinformed or if they're just intentionally doing it. And I really hate when that happens because it allows people like Reynad to just totally discount the argument. They're like, oh, they got this one aspect of it wrong. They're stupid. They're idiots. They don't know how it works. They can't even get that right. And they can just totally throw away your argument because you got one thing wrong. So I wanted to really approach this in a hopefully balanced way, in a way that is not inflammatory, at least until I got to my ranting part. And in a way that can't be just needlessly thrown away as rage bait or engagement bait, or a system that you can just be upset about for no reason. I think I tried to be reasonable in this video. I hope I got all the facts right. I try to do as much research as possible. The systems aren't exactly transparent, so if I got something wrong, I apologize. It was not intentional. I have no way to fact check this. I'm just basically learning from my own experiences and the experiences that other people have shared with me. So if I got something wrong, please share it in the comments below. If I missed something, please share it in the comments below, or wherever you're discussing this video. And hopefully we can all learn from that. And please, Tempo Storm, please, Reynad, at least be open to discussing a change to this system, because I think it's very clear that your dedicated community is not happy about it. So thanks for watching. I'm sorry this took so long. I am just a little mad, and I hope that you can resonate with some of the things I said and not think that it's unfair to either side. But thanks for watching. I appreciate it.